I gotta tell you what really happened that changed. So, I was vegan. I identified with the word vegan about six to
Right,
8 months ago, and we've spoken about this, my experiments with veganism.
right.
And I was not too happy doing it, but in my head, I'm like, hey, you know what? It's for a nobler cause. I'm saving cows, blah blah blah, all that jazz. It's no disrespect. It's the truth. I was probably saving cows, but that's what happened, right? I was talking to a friend of mine who's like a voracious meat eater, and by this time, I don't really, I had stopped debating with people because I felt it was extremely rude to try to enforce your philosophy. So he's the one who actually started the discussion, and then I got in the game and I told him, hey, you know what? This is right, this is wrong. And he looked at me with some derision and he said, really? You freaking grow wheat in a plot of land. It's practically caged. You are feeding it with all your pesticides and you're giving it controlled amounts of water. You're controlling every aspect of it. And then
Right.
you cut that wheat at the end of a few months or rice and you eat it. And
You
isn't
basically eat that wheat.
eat that wheat, yeah.
Yeet, yeet.
Eat that wheat. Sorry for being insensitive, but
I
yeah.
didn't know this. Yeet is a word. It's a thing. It's anyway.
Whoa,
Let it
wait,
be. Let
okay.
it be. Let it be.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Jokes
It's
explained.
you.
That's a different
You.
subreddit.
You went into another place. Let it be.
Yeah, let it be. Otherwise, we're gonna have to edit this part. And yes,
Nah, nah,
no.
nah.
So yeah, so all he said was that you eat meat and you eat wheat. There's yeah, what's happening with my addiction? You screwed it for me. Okay, I'm gonna use a different example. You eat meat versus you eat rice, and he tried to tell me that they aren't really different because both of them are life forms, both of them are being killed so you can eat them and sustain yourself. And just because a cow looks bigger and humans understand the cow more, at least its emotional cues, and we seem to attach these certain tendon characteristics and traits to the cow, and we don't do them to the rice plant, doesn't make the cow any better off or worse off to eat. And you know what? I didn't really have a reply for that. And it's since that day I started figuring out that if I to go down that road too, I would stop eating plants as well. I would stop breathing because there are microorganisms in the air, and then eventually I would just die. And I don't want that, right? Because I want to live and make this kick-ass podcast. So I have to definitely eat
Not just this
something.
podcast. We are making a community, boy.
We're making a community,
Community,
people.
boy. But anyway, um,
Yeah. So
yeah, no,
the
you're
point is,
right. I kind of see what you mean.
yeah. Now,
Like,
just tell you where I am right now.
yeah,
I don't have a path to follow. I
right.
don't think eating wheat is right or wrong. I don't think eating fish or chicken or beef or pork is right or wrong.
And
I'm
that's
just
why you
very
come to the label
lost.
part, right? Like that's why you don't want label.
Yeah, and I'm very lost. I mean, I suddenly don't seem to know in my food habits and preferences if there is anything right or anything wrong. Yeah, it's a little confusing now. What
Pardon.
about you?
I think your voice just cut out for a moment. Can you just repeat that?
No, all I said is that I'm at this place right now where I'm completely lost in terms of reasoning. I really
Uh,
don't have any kind of ethical marker on the inside that's
right,
pointing me towards this is right and this is wrong. So I'm pretty lost. And I'm really contemplating eating anything and everything that I feel like.
right.
But I don't know, man. Do things like these keep you up? Or do you overthink your
Um,
food?
I think food is. So here's the thing. I love eating. So food
Did you say
like
you love
you.
eating?
Yeah, I love
It
eat
sounded
food.
like, wait, but that's a
No, no, no,
different
no, no.
podcast.
That's a very different point.
That's a different podcast.
No, I love eating food in
Guys,
general.
tune in after your parents are asleep at 11
Yeah,
p.m. That podcast.
it's that time of the night. Like it just
You
hits
remember
you.
back when Cartoon Network would switch off at 12 when some
Oh,
weird
oh my god.
channel?
Yeah, I remember. I don't know why. I for once I wanted to know like what the hell
Yeah,
comes on, and I'm like, this is not interesting. This just seems dumb and boring, and I
yeah,
just switched it off after. It was some like black and white stuff that was coming or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. Something like
Yeah,
C WNN or
yeah. Something was there, but like it. Yeah, see, Cartoon Network used to change to some random shit. But anyway,
yep.
that aside, like in general with food, I think I what I've been eating, I never really overthought about like, oh, I want to try non-vegetarian or well, like I love what I eat and I want to try everything in what I have in vegetarian, because I think I've grown up in that household. So my mind never really thought about, eating like or trying out the non-vegetarian aspect, because they were like my brain already thinks about 10 different things anyways half the time. I mean, I can't keep a conversation going properly. I don't know how I'm running this podcast with you, but but
That's ironical. But do you ever think
yeah,
about the fact how non-vegetarian is such a fucking lazy word?
yeah, yeah, you just put the non before the
That's
vegetarian.
so lazy. You
Yeah,
just read it binary.
yeah.
Wow,
No,
that's
but
lazy.
honestly, like I've never had that urge to have it. I've been told like you should try it, or it's amazing, and whoever has it like can't stop having it. But I just never get that urge, man, and I don't know why. It's just like it's fine. I guess it comes to that point of like you don't. It's whatever you want to put into your body, whatever you want to eat. It's up to you, right? Like you said, to label what we want to eat. Like if you want to just eat vegetarian, just have it. Why do you have to say like no, no? I mean, there's no way I'll have anything else. Like it's just that I like it. So fair enough, right? I think it stays to that. Why force someone to have stuff like just for the fact that are you think it's good, so they also should have it, kind of thing. Like if they like something, yes,
Yeah, I
experimenting
mean,
is good.
wouldn't it be so cool? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if this sounds utopian, but um, like it would be so cool if person A, who's, let's say, for the lack of a better word, a vegetarian, is sitting on his side of the table and eating his vegetarian thing,
Hmm.
and then person B on the other side has, let's say, he's eating beef, and
Yeah.
both are okay with it. Like those are such pleasant
I mean, I think that
scenarios.
with friends and all, I think now since everybody has different preferences, they do like eat together. Like I sit with a lot of my friends who are non-vegetarian, and we sit at the same table eating like
That's so
our
cool,
own
man.
thing.
Kudos
And
to you, buddy.
we don't stop each other. The only thing is like I think I mean, yeah, trying out different food is good and experiment. That's how you come up with different combinations and all those kind of things, and get to know like what you like and don't like. But at times you also have your particular restrictions of wants and or dislikes and likes that you want to follow, right? And I don't know, like I don't know
Again, it
why.
comes down to whether you want to or you don't want to. You don't really have to. I mean, I hate the fact when people pester you into giving them a reason, and I think
Yeah,
that's the annoying part, right? If you sitting out there for all your life have just eaten vegetarian food, and one of those
yeah,
die, and then the next part of your life you don't want to eat again, you shouldn't have to get pestered like, hey, you know what, you
yeah.
ate it that one time
Yeah,
again.
I mean, I see. That's the thing, right? Like, just trying it out once is. I mean, if you want to go for it, right? Like, but if you want to follow a particular dietary thing, I mean, for me, I would love to have all kinds of combinations in vegetarian food. I don't mind that. Like, I'm not gonna stop myself from having all that, because why not, right? Like, let's try stuff out. But it's just that I mean, personally, I'm just not interested in that. But for you, like, that's why like I think your label thing is really really like interesting to think about, because why do we need to label something like we are this or we are that? Like we can have things we like, things we don't like, and stay with that, right? One day we want to be this, one day we want to eat something, we can be that.
Exactly. I mean, it should really be up to each and every person's free will, man. And I don't think anyone should get to arm wrestle you around. Like, I mean, I'm glad that if I ever sat next to you, wow,
Sit in,
suddenly, kitten,
sit in with the
mitten,
kitten, yeah.
like, what the fuck? No, but like just the fact that people don't force each other, and I